Good afternoon, viewers. Welcome back to Easy Mathematics. We thank God for a successful exams. So, as we usually do, we want to look at the solution of the BECE 2023. Let's look at question 1 and 2 for today, starting from question 1. So it says, given set A is equal to the multiples of 3 less than 12, B is integers between 4 and 8, and the C has already been given. So before we can do this one, we have to first list the sets. Okay, so we have to list set A. Set A is multiples of 3 less than 12. So we have 3, 6, and 9. Then we list for B. B is also integers between 4 and 8. So 5, 6, and 7. Then the C has already been given as 4, 5, 7. So now that we've been able to list the sets, we can now find what has been given. So we have to find A intersection B. So with the A intersection B, it is what is common in A and B, and the common one there is 6. So the A intersection B is the set 6. Then we go to the next one, which is III. III is bracket of A union B intersection C. So let us first list the A union B. Now the A union B is simply what the element in A and the element in B being combined. So let's do that combination. So combining A and B, we are going to get 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9. Intersection the C. So we have 4, 5, 7 as C. So with the union, we just combine the A and the B together. So what you should know is that since the 6 repeated itself, we just write 1, 6. And that is the word union. So the intersection is what is in both sets. So looking at this, we are going to get the intersection as 5 and 7. So 5, 7 as the intersection. Then we go to the III. Then we have the bracket of A union B. Sorry, bracket of A intersection B union C. So the bracket of A intersection B union C. Okay, so what is A union B? A intersection B is 6. So we list this one. The set here is 6. That is the A intersection B. Union C. The C is 4, 5, 7. So listing the union is going to give you the set 4, 5, 6, and 7. So this was what was expected for the question 1B, which candidates were expected to solve. Now let's go to the question 1A. Now let's go to the B. The B is a fraction, very simple, but if you don't take care, you can easily get it 0. You can get your methods, but your final answer would be 0, would be very, very wrong. So let's quickly look at what you have been given. So we have to simplify one whole number 3 over 4 minus 2 whole number 5 over 6 minus 1 whole number 1 over 10 plus 4 whole number 7 over 8. So we should also know that for BECE, calculators are not allowed. So how can we therefore solve this? So candidates were expected to first change the mixed fraction towards improper fraction. That is the first thing examiners will be expecting from candidates. So let's change each of the mixed fraction to improper fraction. So this is going to give you 7 over 4 minus 6 to 12 plus this is 17 over 6 minus this is going to give you 10, so 19 over 10 plus this and this is 32, So 32 plus this is 39. So 39 over 8. So writing it properly is going to give you 7 over 4 minus 17 over 6 minus 19 over 10 plus 39 over 8. Now, once you have been able to change it to improper fraction, what is the next thing? We have to apply the order of operation, which is BODMAS. We have to apply the order of operation, BODMAS. So bracket of division, multiplication, addition before subtraction. Good. So now, since we are having addition here, then we are going to first add these two fractions so that we can solve for it first. Good. So now, let's solve for these two. Now, solving for these two, let's rewrite them here. So we have 7 over 4 minus 17 over 6 minus 19 over 10, then plus 39 over 8. So rewriting this will give you that. So we are going to solve for the addition. So let's first solve for addition. So we first find the LCM for these two. Now, the LCM for that is going to be 40. Then 10 will go into 40 4 times. Then we use the 4 to multiply 19, which is giving you 76 plus, then 8 will go into this number 5 times. Then we use the 5 to multiply this number, which will give you 195. So we have here 7 over 4 minus 17 over 6 minus that. So now this is going to give you we are adding, but note that since we are using the addition with this type of question, since we are using the addition, the negative will one or the other affect this value. So we are just going to subtract 76 from 195. Now if you subtract this, you are going to, it's not going to be possible, so we borrow. This becomes 15. So subtract is 9. Subtracting this from this is 1, then you have 1. So you are having 7 over 4 minus 17 over 6, then positive 119 over 40. That is after the subtraction. So note that since the negative is here, this negative will one way or the other affect this fraction. So instead of you adding these two, the negative affects this 76, which is going to be negative 76 plus 195. So from here again, we continue. So we find the LCM for these two. So LCM for that, we can use 120 as the LCM. So if we use 120 as the LCM, 6 will go into this number 20 times. So we use the 20 to multiply this number. Now using the 20 to multiply this number will give you 340 plus, then 40 will go here 3 times. So let's multiply 3 by 119. So 3 9 27, remember 2, 3 1 3, you have 2, 3 1 3 plus this, so you have 55 there, then 3 1 is 3. So this is giving you 357. Then you have minus 7 over 4. Likewise, the negative is affecting this one. So it's also affecting this value. So this type of work is very, very challenging, because if you don't take care, you will get your methods and some parts wrong. So now this negative affecting this is going to give you 357 minus 340. So if you subtract, you have 7. If you subtract, you have 1. So we are going to say 7 over 4 minus 17 over 120. Good. So with this, we are still continue by finding the LCM. So finding the LCM, we can use the LCM as 120 as LCM. Now 4 will go into this number 30 times. 4 will go into this number 30 times. 30 times 7 will give you 210. 30 times 7 will give you 210. Minus, here will go here and 1, so you have 17. Subtracting is going to give you 113 over 120. over 120. Good. So this answer actually I doubt, because I've solved this question severally. I've resulted in different answers, trust me. And if you see, most of the time if we use the BODMAS, we normally put this in a bracket. Okay, we normally put this one in a bracket and solve for it. Good. So once you solve for it and you get your answer, then you apply the subtraction. But looks like with this, if you are solving and you are not taking good care, it is going to affect your answer. So viewers, trust me, I will come back again with this particular solution and see how best we were supposed to answer that question. Sorry, this is going to be 193. Thank you very much. 193. So this is improper fraction, so you change to mixed fraction. Subtraction will give you 193. So you change to mixed fraction, that is going to give you one whole number 73 over 120. 73 over 120. So we'll come back again, viewers. We'll come back again for the question 1B. We will come back again for the solution. Thank you very much. Now let's go to the question 2. This year's BECE is simple, but trust me, it's very, very trickish. Okay, now you have the number 2A, which says that you have 15 bracket of 4 minus 6 times 49 divided by 7. Okay, so with this type 2, to solve this question, we have to also go for what? BODMAS. Very important. So we are going to solve the bracket first. So solving the bracket will give you 15 bracket of negative 2 times 49 divided by 7. So after clearing the bracket, now we are having 15 times negative 2 times 49 divided by 7. So now we've cleared brackets. There is no off. Is there a division? Yes. So we have to tackle the division. So solving the division, we are going to get 15 times negative 2 times 7. 49 divided by 7 is going to give you an answer of what? 7. Then we multiply. This and this will give you negative 30 times 7, which is resulting to negative 210. And that is the answer for the question 2A. Good. Now let's go to the B. BECE question 2B. Also, you have been given the expression as you have to simplify B bracket of 12A minus 3 minus A bracket of A minus B bracket of 3 plus B. So to expand, it says that expand and simplify. So to expand and simplify, you have B bracket of 12A minus 3 minus the bracket of A minus B, the bracket of 3 plus B. Now this is difference of two binomials. Okay, so we are going to solve this one and get our final answer. But in the meanwhile, we can expand this bracket by saying multiplying this will give you 12ab minus 3b minus, let's solve the two binomials. So a will multiply everything, so 3 plus b, then b will multiply, which is negative b, bracket of 3 plus b. So we are going to say 12ab minus 3b minus, in a big bracket, this multiplying this will give you 3a, this multiplying this will give you positive ab, this multiplying this will give you negative 3b, then this times this will give you negative b squared. So now this negative in front here affects everything. So if you don't bring it, then it is also going to affect your answer. So we are going to say 12ab minus 3b, this times this is negative a, this times this will give you negative ab, negative times negative will give you positive 3b, then this and this will give you positive b squared. So once you have been able to use the multiplication to clear the bracket, now you can group like terms. So you have 12ab, ab, which are like terms. You have negative 3b and positive 3b, which are also like terms. So we can say 12ab minus ab plus 3b, then minus 3b, then we have minus 3a plus b squared. So this b will cancel out. Now this is going to give you 11ab minus 3a plus b squared. So you were asked to what? To expand and simplify. To expand and simplify. So with this, we are done with this one. So we can just choose to factorize these two and say we have a bracket of 11. We can just choose to leave our answer like that without even factorizing. So this becomes the answer for the question number 2b. You first expand using the binomials, then after expanding, since there are no common terms to add here, then we use the negative to multiply throughout. We group like terms, then we have our final answer as it is written. Then let's go to the question 2c. The question 2c is a question on rate, and I read. It says, Akosia walked for 3 hours at the rate of 12.5 kilometers per hour from her village to Pamu to take a bus to Kwamu. If the bus traveling at 15.5 kilometers per hour takes 2 hours to travel from Pamu to Kwamu, what is the distance from Akosia's village to Kwamu? So here, first she made a walk, okay, from the village to Pamu. So for us to solve for I, we should first know the distance from the village to Pamu. So distance from the village to Pamu. This name is very funny. So what is distance? Distance is always, we don't need to even memorize the formula. We know that average speed is distance over what? Time. So if I want distance, divide by time, multiply by time. So this will cancel out. So distance is average speed times time. Good. So now we are going to say distance is average speed times the time taken. So per the walk from the village to Pamu, the question said she walked for 3 hours at this rate. So we are going to say the distance she covered there at that moment is 1.5 kilometers per hour times the time, which is 3 hours. So the per kilometers, the per hours will cancel out. Now we are having this, which will be changed into improper fraction as 3/2 kilometers times 3, which is what? 9/2 kilometers. So the distance at which she walked from the village to Pamu, we can approximately say is 4 hours, 4.5 kilometers. So this is the distance. Now when she got to Pamu, she took a bus from Pamu to Kwamu. So we have to also calculate the distance from Pamu to Kwamu. And we know that distance is average speed times time. And what is the average speed she used? The bus traveled at this speed using this time. So we are going to say average speed is 15.5 kilometers per hour times the time, which is 2 hours. So the per hours will cancel out, which is the h. Now changing this into improper fraction is going to give you 31/2 kilometers times 2. So these two will cancel out these two, giving you 31 kilometers. Now what is the question saying? The question said, what is the distance from village to Kwamu? So from the village to Pamu is this, and from Pamu to Kwamu is this. So if I want the total distance, then I'm just going to add the distance I have solved for. So the total distance is going to be 4.5 kilometers plus 31 kilometers, which is going to give me 35.5 kilometers, or this is the same as 35.5 kilometers. And this is the distance from the village to Kwamu. Good. Now when you come to II, the III says, how long will it take a man? Let's see the question. It says, how long will it take a man riding a bicycle at 5 kilometers per hour to travel from Akosia's village to Kwamu? So how long? You want the time. So what is time? For me to calculate for time is given by the formula distance divided by average speed. We already know the distance from the village to Kwamu. We know the distance, that is the total distance, which is 35.5 kilometers. That's the distance. So now they are asking that, how long will it take a man riding a bicycle at 5 kilometers per hour? So the distance is constant. This is the distance. Now the average speed has been given, which has been given from the question as 5 kilometers per hour. So if I want time, I'm just going to do what? Substitute. So what is distance? 35.5 kilometers over 5 kilometers per hour. So we solve this out. So we can say this will cancel out. Now we have 35.5 divided by 5, which can be written as 35.5 times 5. Divided by 5. Now let's change this to improper fraction. This is giving you 70 plus 1 is 71/2 divided by 5. And this is going to be 71/2 times 1/5. And that is 71 out of 10. So the time at which a bicycle can travel is equal to 7 hours 1 minute, which is 7.1 hours. And this was what the question was demanding. So the time at which a bicycle can travel from the village to Kwamu is 7 hours. Good. So this is how the solution for question 1 and 2 is supposed to be. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll end here. Let us support Easy Mathematics to get the tripod stand. As we've explained already, that the stand will help us to upload videos on board. Meanwhile, since the tripod stand is not available, we will deliver as normal in this way for you. Thank you very much. But we'll come again for the question 1B for more solution. The number 1B is quite challenging and very confusing, so we'll come again with that for more explanation. But apart from that, the question 2A, you have it there. You have the question 2B also there. Then we have the question 2C also there, solved nicely. This is what was demanded from this candidate. Thank you very much. Stay tuned. You will hear from us again. Bye-bye.